Hey dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Richie. Now, I spent a bit of time away from doing episodes because I've been actually quite busy recently. I've also been spending some time rebuilding some of these ships, or at least adding some of the new 3 meter, 5 meter diameter turret rings to it. So I'll go give you a brief rundown of some of the changes I've made. And a lot of the designers have added it too, but not all of them. For something like the Norfolk, I've actually done quite a bit different to it. Obviously adding 4-barreled guns to it. On the plus side, it makes things got quite a nice fire rate now, so they're pumping out lots of more data. But the downside is they're a little bit more vulnerable to exploding. I'm also getting quite a bit of lag at the minute for some reason. Anyway, moving on to the Liverpool class. I've redone the turret a little bit. I put it on a fast turntable, so they spin round faster and they should raise the elevation barrels a bit quicker. One of the main changes they made as well was adding the anti-missile turret onto the top of it. That's quite a bit more effective than the last one that was in there. And also some flare decoys as well. Just to give it a bit more help in, obviously surviving from missiles, even though they've had a slight nerf in this update. And the next one is the Calliope, which I've taken out the main gun there, and instead put an anti-missile turret in there, which makes it actually rather effective actually. Also added an extra row of missiles because, well, hopefully at least some of these should do some damage. Okay, I'll move on to the next ship that I've done major modifications to, and then we'll get back into the campaign, although we'll have a little bit of upgrading to do. Okay, and the last ship I've done major modifications to is the Aurora. I've taken out the three barrels on it I had on each turret, instead just replaced them with one Gatling cannon that fires at quite a faster rate. Let me just demonstrate. Yeah, now with a lot more DACA than before. I've also done minor modifications to its missile defense. Again, they have made a bit of a nerf to them, so might have over-engineered it a little bit. But one of the other modifications to it as well is made the ship sink into the water a little bit when an enemy ship spawns in. Let's just show you what I mean now. Let's turn off the AI in a second so I don't start shooting it down. Oh, enemy marauder. You'll see the ship sink slowly into the water now. It's making it a bit more of like an ironclad in a way. Looking at it from this side on, there's majority of the ships underwater, so it makes it hopefully a little bit more difficult to sink. It does, downside is it does slow it down a little bit, but I figure it's worth it for the extra defense. Obviously once the enemy ships disappears, it should refloat itself, and yep, there we go, right on cue. Amazing, something actually works when I call it. A one-off for the day. But anyway, I need to get back into the campaign now and was to get this massive fleet upgraded. The Aurora is actually going to be my main line of defense against the Thaya, or Taya, depending on how you pronounce it, if the Steel Striders do sort it against us. And to be honest, right now it's one of the few units I have that can actually give it a run for its money. And anyway, we'll get on with the main campaign. Okay, so here's the state of play at the minute after a load of running around, upgrading units, getting stuff into position, etc. Captured a resource down here as well. I've got my mining outposts mining it. Yeah, I know, I'm getting technical here. One thing I have noticed though is for some reason my energy keeps draining out of them. I mean, even though I've got when they're in play, I mean they practically max their energy within about a minute or so. For some reason, when they're out of play, they don't seem to recharge. Don't know why. But I digress. Here's a main plan of attack. The Steel Striders can only attack us through these 3 squares. So to cover it, I've got in one square the Justice. In the middle of the square, I've got 2 Auroras, backed up with the light cruiser fleet. And in the other square, I've got the Destroyer fleet and the Deliverance, with the Sat Radar as well, to spot what's going on. Now, my next attack, as it were, thrust of my attack, it's going to be this from this square here, pushing straight north. Now my attacking force, I've got the big super battleship Kamchatka. I've got my Norfolk, Nemesis and Liverpool on one side. and the Manchester, Suffolk and Repulse on the other side. And they're backed up by my helicarriers. And I have actually upgraded these guys and done improved versions of them, but as it stands, if I upgrade them, it means I'll have to redo all the aircraft again, and to be honest, I can't really be bothered to do that actually. So what I'll do is I'll just put them in action as is. I mean, they're pretty much going to be only reserve anyway. If and when the shit hits a fan, I'll put them into play. Covering the other square that could possibly break through is a Dolphin and a Hornet. Or the couple of Grey Tans aircraft airships held in reserve. So without further ado, we'll get on with declaring war, and then we'll start attacking the Twin Guard. So, diplomacy, relationships, even I kind of feel like a bit of an ass doing this, but hey. And these Steel Striders weren't right happy about that, so it's only give me a matter of time before they attack. However, let's take the fight to them.
Moving now. Listening. Moving out. Receiving. Moving now. Listening. Moving out.
Hopefully as well we can gather some more resources along the way, as I'm going to start running low pretty soon. Especially with all the boiler engines I've got. I mean, they're powerful, but they just eat through resources quite a bit. At any rate, most of my fleet is, most of the cruisers are, I think all of the cruisers actually are just driven by fuel engines, so it won't be a problem for them. And yeah, we can put massively supersized fleets into play. So let's have a look at what we're up against first of all. A Griffin, another Griffin, yet another Griffin, and it looks like a few various assorted little aircraft. No idea what the Griffin is, but we're going to find out anyway. So first of all, put the Kamchatka there. Liverpool, put it there. I'll try and get it in a sort of a V-ish formation. Nemesis, I think we'll do better there. Norfolk will do.
Listening.
I'll put it there. I'll do a similar sort of thing with these guys. Repulse there. Manchester there. And a Suffolk there. I think we'll sort out these spawn order. I think I want to come Kamchatka in first. Then Norfolk and Suffolk. Or Suffolk and Norfolk. Both good. And I think I want the Nemesis in after that. And then obviously my two other cruisers. So let's teleport to him. Begin the battle, and I have a feeling this is going to cause some lag, so be prepared. And let's see what we've got spawned in. Practically everything spawned in. So, that's good. And yeah, seems like not all of theirs are spawned in yet. Let's have a look at the Griffin. Oh, that's an interesting looking craft. Armed with missiles and more missiles. And then of course it is. I think I'm actually facing the wrong direction as well, so that might make things a little bit easier for us. Right, I'll pause it here while I try and fix this lag. I'll get back once we're ready to start. I think the lag's gone now, so yeah, let's get started. And yeah, the considerable firepower of my fleet is going to be pretty overwhelming for a Twin Guard, I think. Especially since I can spawn in so much at once. But yeah, probably need to do a little upgrade on my PC at some point, I think. So I can cope with the amount of DACA. That said though, we're not exactly doing too badly. I think they've done quite a lot of work on the 2.0 rotator. It does show. It's definitely an improvement. although I have to admit I'm not getting very many frames per second at the minute. At about 5 in some cases. So yeah, I'll put my upgrade on my PC on my to-do list at some point. When I get around to it.
Gunnery enabled. Gunnery enabled. Gunnery enabled. Gunnery enabled.
I think I'll just keep the ships where they are, I don't really need them wandering around. Yep, it looks like the other Griffin spawned in. So it's now we've got the entire fleet facing off against each other. And looks like they have excuse me. Looks like they have rather nice missile defense as well, and I think we've actually got one of them. It looks like he's going down for the count. If so, rest in pieces. Very interesting design though for these things. Sort of a reminiscent of something the Grey Talons might use, or maybe even the Deepwater Guard. Obviously not without minus the lasers, of course. Yes, seems like my nemesis is finding the laser battleships. Laser cruiser even's finding him. He doesn't seem to be doing that much damage, all things considered. No, he's put him in the water anyway, so that means a torpedo will be firing at finding them all soon. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my words out at the minute. Yeah, now we've got this guy in close range. And, focus everything we can on him. In fact, I think we'll do that now. Yeah, everyone kill this. I think I can check his bit side on, so I'll try and move it forward a bit so we can broadside properly. Yeah, I think we're in degraded mode now. So this campaign's drawing to a close now anyway, so I'll just finish it off as is. And then I think I'll have to consider what I'm going to do next for the next campaign. Could do Ashes of the Empire or Adventure mode, I haven't decided yet. Let me know in the comments if you have any preference for any you'd like to see done. I think it might take a little break from it really. It's quite intensive work at doing some of these From the Depths videos. So I might just have a little break and doing something a bit more. Or just something a bit different really. Anyway, I think we're taking down all these units rather nicely. He's a fast little dude. Will the missile actually do anything useful against him? No. Yep, seems the missile's got a bit of a nerf in the last update. Not as effective as it used to be. Thankfully my lasers still seem to be doing a job rather well. I find they'll be able to pick down all these light flyers rather nicely. Oh, wrong button. No, I think he's dead anyway. So I think most of their fleet's in the water now. Let's just have a look. Yep, most of the fleet is in the water and dead or dying. The fleet's taken a little bit of damage, but there's nothing major really. I'm hoping it as well that they give the missiles some kind of buff or something like that. At the minute they're don't really seem to be doing very much. Torpedoes are still quite effective, as and when they hit. Thankfully, with them being in the water, there's a good chance of missiles will drop straight into the water, and explosions from them should do quite a bit of nice damage to them. I think they're just using a mixture of frag and explosive damage. game to catch up now with what's going on. And I think he is sinking now with him. He made a metal and non... Oh, he still has got props working, so they're probably keeping him just a little bit out of the water so he doesn't die by sinking. I think his body's done for though. One thing I like is the torpedo trails as well. If and when we see it, I'll point it out. We should have some torpedoes coming in, surely. Guess not. Or maybe they don't show in degraded mode, I don't know. But I think that's it for this fleet. I think they're dead and dusted. Yep. That's the last of them doing so. Good job guys, and let's push on. Okay, it seems one of their mobile fleets is moving against us. So we'll go after him instead. I think I'll send a cruiser fleet in. So let's have a look at what we've got. A nest of bees, an irritation, and a cyclops. Yep, nothing too significant. I'll put the Liverpool in there. Nemesis in slightly back and slightly angled. Norfolk in there. We've got all the way it's set up. We'll have a line of cruisers, which I think will look rather cool actually once we get the battle underway. So yeah, let's do it. Make sure they're all in combat. Yep, that's good. And yeah, this is cool, all the updates they've done. Really lets you bring some decent forces into play. I think the only thing they need to do next is maybe buff some of the amounts that the enemy can send in. Which will, unfortunately, move me right back at square one again. But maybe it should limit the amount of forces that come into play in general. Or, I don't know, maybe remove the limit. I think the only real question is how good your computer is, really. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And let's see how this missile swarm does. Nice, we got some splitting up. It's not stopped him, unfortunately. Like I might have hoped he would do. And, yeah, well, I think that stopped him now. So he's dead. The other one looks like he's dead. Is it? Yep, it's disintegrating, so it's just the nest of bees, I believe. Let me just check the map and see. Oh wait, no, we got more. We got a wasp nest, nest of bees, and a wasp nest. Let's pour it in to we can get a good look at them. This is the wasp nest, apparently. It's meant to be a submarine or something. No, maybe not. So a lot of missiles on him. If we have it, just means it's just these two guys to take down, and yeah, I think they're going to be pretty straightforward to do. I think the shells I'm using are a mixture of either Hesh and Disruptor or just plain Hesh. And when actually hit, they're quite effective. Hesh seems to be the new frag shells at 1%. Yeah, I think frag shells have been nerfed a little bit, so that they're less effective when you use an arrow cone. And daft side is Hesh and arrow just exactly the same thing. think I'm going to hold off the battleship until I actually meet one of the main fortresses, which I think we're going to be coming up there very soon actually. So we've got that to look forward to. And I think there's actually two headquarters for the Twin Guard. Supposedly one's a male and one's a female. But as to what actual differences I'll have in them, well, what know till we get there. And yep, I think he is dead now. Rest in pieces. Okay, I think we've got a chance to let the Kamchatka shine now. I'll make him attack this Twin God Earth terminal, which I don't think is actually one of the headquarters, but it's something we can use as target practice and warm up. A15 material, that's not a great deal, but every little helps. So he's only a little really. Yeah, good bit of size difference there. So yeah, let's just get on with the slaughter. Of course, it would have to be night time, wouldn't it? Let's just zoom in and see what we're actually dealing with here. Looks like he's got a couple of drones there, lasers, and I think these are probably just for building the actual drones themselves. Let's see what effect the shield. The effect happens when all these shells start hitting. Slightly inaccurate. Nevertheless, they are actually doing quite a bit of damage there. Yep. Looks like he's hurt quite a bit there. The downside is, of course, I'm firing at quite long range here, so you've got to expect a little bit of inaccuracy. And the occasional random explosion. We'll need to reload now before they can fire again. And I was tempted to sort of torn between either making them fire a steady amount or making them fire a large massive volley. I've decided to go with the large massive volley, just in the hopes that it'll overwhelm them on the first hit. That's the theory anyway. Well, thankfully it's not too long between volleys. Seriously? What are the hell are they doing out there? Must have some drunk people playing guns or something. Well, they do have some people, at least in the shoe street. And here come the torpedoes. Beautiful. And what the hell are the aim at? I don't know. I really don't know. I think I'd probably be better off closing a distance a little bit more. And now, I'm just firing over here. I think it's because they're just firing so rapidly that their accuracy is beautiful. Maybe it might be worth it over the firing rate. I think it is probably that fire rate that's making them slightly accurate. Let me know in the comments if you think lowering the rate of fire might make him more accurate. I think it probably will. I'll have to play around with it after this video. So now that he's gone, what am I actually dealing with? It's not an enemy, is it? much of an enemy if it is. Check the map and see battle finished. Yep, GG.
Receiving.
Now we're getting ready for a serious battle now. Oh, I thought there was more actually. Oh well. Yep, we're up against Annihilation, Bertha, Juggernaut, and a Dawn. I think so far this campaign's going rather well actually.
Receiving.
Better than I'd hoped for. The downside, I'm expecting a counter-attack from them any time soon. If any, all being well, I can put them out of the fight before they can actually have a chance to rally,
Listening.
and especially the Steel Striders have a chance to get involved. Yeah, I really don't fancy fighting two of them at once. I think we probably can do it actually, but we'll try and avoid it if we can. Let's see how the fleet does. I think the Steel Striders are actually similar to me in that they have surface ships. So it'll makes things a bit more interesting, putting the surface ships against each other. I'm tempted to try all 6 of their cruisers against a Thyris and if I actually can get one. But I have a feeling that the Thyra will actually win that one. But it'll be quite amusing to try. And let's get a closer look at these guys. These look quite novel and interesting. I think they're on a turntable. Oh, damn, they've got some serious repair bots there. This is kind of reminds me of the craft I fielded near the start of it, this series, but a lot better than mine. And this one is a laser battleship, it looks like. Yep, lasers all round. I think what we'll do is focus everything on this guy.
Engaging now.
And we'll watch the Halo fighter coming towards him. The missiles are making a priority of one of these mechs, so we'll see how well they do against him. No, really, don't tell me he's going for the little guy behind. Really? Yeah, missile targeting, they're not the priorities. Let's just actually see how well it does against him. Considering the amount of missile was sent in there. Let's have a brief look at the damage. Are you kidding me? We barely fucking scratched him. Maybe the internals are shredded. Maybe not. Yep. Missiles are now useless. The torpedoes seem to be a bit more effective. And it looks like we've found him there. Nice. So we're back to the 2 mechs and the main guy now. Let's see how they do. The fact that they're repairing each other's a pretty real pain in the ass. Change of plan.
Engaging now.
Targeting. Let's throw everything we've got at one of them at a time. I think this guy's probably out of the fight now. Looks like he's stopped firing. Well, stopped effective fire anyway. Now he's like the brunt of the fire's coming against him. Just slightly off with the comms now, but it'll take long before we see another volley coming in. Oh, he's got particle cannons as well. I didn't realise he had particles. some of these crams in to do a bit of damage. Looks like his mate's shooting drill shoot straight through. And nice, I think we're getting some hits in there now. And some of our shots reflecting off, of course. Overall, I think we are doing it. We are actually hitting most of our shots through. I do like the changes to the HESH shells. It made them more effective now. Just look at them and just how a volley comes in, see if we can through. And I think I'm going to have to limit the battle size. I'm going to put it down to about 100k or something like that. So I think this is getting pretty bad now, lag on this. No, I like it. It's difficult to record and play the game as well. Especially when it's like this. I'll put it down to 100k and just try and limit myself to putting 50k of my units in at a time. That will make the fights more or less fair. While saying that, there is still a risk that they could end up being outnumbered by the enemy. Well, let's see how my units are doing. Must have been in fairly good condition. Some in mint. Let's have a little nosy, see how we're doing. Our pulse is doing rather well. Sky, I think it's probably Manchester. He's lost his anti-missile turret, but still got main guns firing. Half the guns on this one. Looks like we've got most of the things firing on this. For some reason as well, I noticed the turrets have a weird habit of pointing in the wrong direction. I don't know what that's about. But this does not look good for that craft. I think this one's a Norfolk. It looks in more or less decent condition. And Nemesis is practically unscratched. So we'll see what kind of damage these torpedoes do to, or missiles do to this poor guy. I don't think he's a serious threat to me anyway. I think a big threat still coming from these two mechs. One mech, I think we got one of them. I do believe we have. Jolly good shot. So why is everyone not targeting us? I think those particles might actually have been from my ships, actually. The Nemesis. Well, we'll see this volley hit land on there, see how that does. And of course it practically misses. Well, we can't win them all, can you? Missile munitions seem to be doing a nice job there. Oh, kind of cute, these autocannons. Seem to be doing a rather nice mess of it as well. Sure what to do with missiles, really. I mean, the frag shells have been nerfed a bit. Explosives not much effective. It's EMP, I suppose. I mean, EMP is still quite effective. I think maybe if we tweak the missiles a bit, so maybe there's a different fragment distribution. Maybe put it down a bit lower. Maybe if we put it down to about 60% or something like that. Somewhere around there. 30-60%. Maybe become more effective, because I know it's supposedly in a change notes that frag shells were nerfed considerably. That said though, I'm going to have a lot of units to go through to get every missile adjusted. And it'll probably take a considerable amount of time. That's one for a rainy day, I guess. I think as it is, I'll carry on with the campaign with most of my missiles as yeah. I think it'd be too much work just to change through them all. Beautiful. And now I think everyone should be throwing everything they've got at this guy now. Yep, and it looks like he's lost his robot half of him, so it's just a base now to destroy. I don't think the base is even armed, is it? Can't see any armament in there. That looks like the radiators. I don't think they are armed. That's just the radiator for the engine. Check the map. Is there anything else? There's still the dawn out there. Is it sinking? I'll have to check on that in a minute. There's also the irritation as well. That's just taking a few torpedoes. And yeah. Now, say one thing for the missiles, they are still useful for taking down small light flying craft. Yeah, sweet. Level up. And nearly crash the game as well. Missiles still do have a niche use. You could really do with just dropping the ammo cost of them if they weren't really useful as aircraft. And of course my missiles can't even see them. Should be setting a few torpedoes in there. I think near enough all my cruisers have. Except possibly with the exception of the Nemesis. And that looks like he's disintegrating now. He's given up the fight, so that will be a victory for us. Rather fiercely fought for one there. Oh, there's not it. There's still that dawn out there somewhere. Oh, there's still that one, but it's disintegrating now. Go on, drone. Yep, so push north, claim this resource zone, and then we're getting closer and closer to their headquarters. But I think that'll be it for this episode though, so thanks for watching. Like, favourite, comment, subscribe, all the good things, and I'll be seeing you in the next episode.